Welcome back to Neuroconversant Leadership, where we talk about effective leadership and communication, especially in the STEM workplace. I'm Jeremy Doran, and I love to help great engineers become great leaders. We're in a new studio, and I'm still working some things out, so have some extra shadows and things like that if you're watching, but we'll get there. In last week's episode, Eileen Wickstead talked about working with people who are doing interviews, and she would record them so that they could watch their own interviews. And that's hard to do. It's hard watching yourself, listening to yourself. People hate their voices. They notice tics, all sorts of things. So it's hard to do, but it's incredibly useful. What a great way to get immediate feedback on things that you're probably not aware of that you do. There's no judgment. There's no opinions. You're simply seeing what actually happens. And it got me thinking about self-awareness and getting and giving feedback. I'm pretty observant. I understand other people pretty well, but I got to tell you, when it comes to understanding what other people think of me, I definitely have some serious blind spots. I think we all do. We're so close to ourselves. It's hard to see things, especially see them objectively. It's also difficult to understand our own skill level at things that aren't measurable. So I have a pretty good understanding of how good I am at running or cycling because speed is measurable. But I also really like to drum, one of those single hand drums. And sometimes I think I'm incredible. And then sometimes I think I'm totally inept. There's no real objective way to measure if I'm good or not. And I'm typically always drumming by myself, so I don't really get feedback. One saying that I really like is, it's hard to read the ingredients from inside of a jar. That means that when you're so close to something, it's really hard to understand it again objectively. So it's great if it's something you can record and watch, or if it's objectively measurable, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you need to get feedback from other people. If it's how good of a manager you are, or how good you are at running meetings, something like that, it's important to understand. And the only way you can really understand it is by getting other people's feedback, which is also hard. I'll tell you, everyone tells me that they want honest feedback. In my experience, few people do, but we should. It's what helps us to grow. What we'll often do when we're getting feedback is either push back and kind of debate a thing, or we'll try to explain why a thing happened or why it didn't go well. I recently took a stand-up comedy class, and it was pretty interesting. We would each do a 5-minute set, and then we would get 5 minutes of feedback, and we were not allowed to talk. We were not allowed to talk during the feedback. There were plenty of times when they would be giving me feedback, and I would want to explain why it happened that way, but I couldn't, which helped because it just made me sit back, listen, and just get all the feedback, the good and the bad. And I didn't have a chance to disagree or explain things away. So when you're getting feedback, try to just listen to it. Don't push back. I think it's okay to ask questions in order to get more clarity, but there's no need to explain or justify why you did a thing a certain way. And even then, if someone's giving you feedback and you're just listening, they're not always going to give you very direct and or very honest feedback to your face. It can be hard to do. So one way around that is to have people you work with fill out an evaluation form. You can come up with whatever you think the most important questions are. Give them the ability to write things in, not just yes or no, but explain what they feel about certain things. I particularly like what's called a 360 evaluation, because then you're getting feedback from your boss, from the people who may report to you, and your peers. So you're getting it from all different angles. And if it's anonymous, then they're more likely to give honest feedback. And because it's written, you don't get a chance to push back or explain things. You're simply reading through what they had to say. Some of it is going to be their opinion, and you don't necessarily need to accept their opinion, but don't dismiss it out of hand just because you don't like what was said. So seek feedback any way you can. If it's, watching yourself in a video or listening to a recording, that's great. If it's something that can be measured, but you haven't been measuring it, start measuring it and record, whether it's speed, distance, whatever it is. Barring those things, seek feedback from those around you. It can be informal, simply asking, a friend or a loved one about how you handled a certain situation, or it can be something more formal, written like a 360 evaluation. Whichever it is, really take in the feedback, think about it, and think about how you can use that feedback to improve yourself. Speaking of which, I'd love your feedback. So, can you reach out to me on LinkedIn? My handle there is JeremyDoranSpeaks. Let me know what you think of this episode and this podcast in general. Do you want different types of topics? Are there things I do that annoy you? Should I talk faster, slower, be more animated? Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. I look forward to your feedback. I hope you have a wonderful day, and let's talk again next week.